and he told me that my game looked like shit, and it doesn't look expensive. It looks cheap, and it looks like an asset flip.
A few weeks ago, there were published a video from Manzaka game developer, and he was concerned about why no one actually is playing his game, and he ended up just to releasing it for a free-to-play game. And I watched the full video of it, and there were like some quite intense critic comments from various people.
The problem, the problem with that is that I can't do anything about it because I don't know about making graphics, and that's outside my skill. And I should become better, of course, but I can't right now. And I have these two or three players that are, cheer me out, and they like the game, so I keep it updated the game, update the game, update the game. Then 3 months later of that expansion, I release another expansion, big content, a lot of mechanics, a lot of feedback I have. I put it in the game. So yes, I'm being active, updating the game, but it's not working. That is not working. It's a house or something like that. I didn't quit my job or anything like that. I have a job. I'm happy with the game, which is it now. I mean, there is no people playing, but I think my game is okay. I don't think it's a great game, but I think it's
No one is playing, but I think it's okay.
okay. It's a fun game, and people who play the game, they have fun. That's what I think I'm in right now, which is a huge position. It's a really good position. I'm fine.
It's a really good position when no one is playing, isn't it? Okay, that's a small joke from me, but
How the game is in right now. So that's huge. But I don't have people. So how I'm gonna get people for this game? I've been watching, content and things about how to help get people to a game, and there's not too many serious ways to do it. And also there is, some techniques that are really outdated, like go to YouTube's and see the email they have and extract that, and they send an email. Well, now there is, a stop. You can do that more like 3 times per day, so you can spam those. So yeah, it's really hard to get in contact with huge content creators. I don't know how to do it. I tried it. I went to Discord. I went to different Reddit. I went to Reddit. I don't know how to do it. I sent messages. Hey, look at my game, and I don't know if I get deleted, or sometimes the post is there and no one watches because it's like you're spamming your shit. That's what you're doing, actually, what you're doing.
the thing is, that's like how the social media platforms work. I know it's the same also for me. When you start a new profile on a social media platform, it always will be hardest at the start when you have like 0 followers, and on your first posts it will be the hardest. So that's not like shadow banned or something. I mean, that's how it works. And to actually get some kind of traction, like to get some kind of attention from other possible players, there is like 2 options. First, you have your own like social media platforms where you can attract people or second option, you just pay for someone else to do it.
And you try Discord, and you can spam your shit anywhere, and you can't be in contact with big streamers or things like that, because the thing is there's too much games, because it's so easy to make games that everyone is doing it. In this ocean of games, being noticed is really hard. So I have to find a way to do it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this journey to understand how to do things, and I will be making a way to find people, because I didn't do anything this whole year about marketing stuff, and yeah, I didn't do anything, and the game looked like shit.
I mean, you have like, if your game have like something special, some, I don't know, like special visuals or mechanics or idea or story that can attract people, or like some streamer or I don't know, guy with a big social media platform will notice you, and he will think that your game will actually attract people and will make interest in it, then he will make a post for you. But if he thinks like it won't be in the interest in others, then I mean, your only choice is just to pay for advertisement, and that's it.
Of course, no one is playing the game. So what I can do now, well, I can't reach huge streamers because it's impossible, and my game doesn't look good for someone to watch it and say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a video about this game because it looks interesting. It have this unique mechanic." I don't think I have that, so it's really hard sell. So what I'm gonna do is right now there is a thing. The thing is a lot of people that want to be content creators, they're really smart. I can reach those people. I can talk with those people. So I can talk with a channel that have 10 subscribers. Okay, I can talk to them, and maybe they will do content about my game. That's my strategy right now. So don't go too greedy and try to convince people, small creators, to
10
feature my game,
subscribers
and
is
then
enough.
I will understand more my game, because I need to know what is to play my game without spending, because I can't be the judge of my own game, and that's a problem about a lot of developers that I have.
Okay, let's take a look on the actual gameplay. First thing is main menu. This massive horse face for sure draws your attention. It looks kind of foolish and awkward, but whatever. But then you look at body, it isn't polished, looks cheap. You can see all those rough edges, etc. In the game that isn't a problem because camera is zoomed out of it, but then you just could not show the close-up in main menu. When I started the game there was a loading screen but no progression bar, so I had no clue how long I had to wait for it. Gameplay starts with tutorial level, which is great. I had done a lot of demo reviews where are no tutorial, as for example Frog Monster demo or Bulwark Chronicles demo, where I was confused what kind of controls I had to use, etc. So after this level, player arrives at hideout room and it just looks bad. There are almost nothing in it, and interactable things are visually really simplified, so it just looks cheap. There were things to interact with, like altar, but I didn't have clue what for that is. Then storage chest to store player items. On central table are map view, which I actually liked, but it lacks more detail on it. Like in this picture, hills, forests, rivers, path the player will take, etc. Then the merchant, where player can buy new stuff, is also really simplified with no detail features. It doesn't have face. Figure is with sharp edges, looks cheap, and then was some weird stuff. When I started level, it spawned 7 portals, and I had no clue what they are for. And only later I figured out that those represent how many times I can die. It was quite cool as dungeon levels assembled by themselves, and it a bit reminded me from cube horror movie where those cubes were moving and changing locations. The quite dumb thing is that enemies doesn't move at all. They just sit in one spot except bosses. Archers aim arrows only on x-axis but not on y-axis. On the later levels there were improvements. There were a minigame which is a tower defense type. Was no introduction what I had to do, but I kinda figured out that fast. I didn't notice it at first time, but when you look here, the coin texture is kinda low resolution or like scaled up, and then the path is high resolution, and it just hurts my eyes to look at it. Then was first boss fight. It was quite easy to understand and fight him, so that was great as it wasn't too hard. On first attempt I died, but then I got it, and I had to upgrade weapon. It was interesting to explore upgrade mechanics, how it works, etc. Once defeated, there were special item drops, which really felt like those are special. Next dungeon features some kind of nature elementals. One thing which were a bit annoying was that they spawned on cliffs and then stayed there because they don't move, so I had to go after them. Then again was next boss, which were 3 elemental. It was more complicated, but was easy to understand mechanics. And after that there were orc creatures, and basically around this time was about 1.5 hours of gameplay, and I felt that by my interest was depleting. So my conclusions. For a free game, I think it is decent one, but if you start asking money for it, then it's another story. I think it can be polished to be more interesting. I think the developer probably took more he can chew on it, and that's why the game looks cheap. He pushed more on the quantity and not so much on quality of the game.